Hey, what's going on, man? Nah, I didn't hear. What did Paul Pierce say? Surely he's kidding, right? What the? Who in their right mind would leave LeBron James out of their top 5? I almost didn't want to do this video because part of me genuinely believes Paul Pierce is playing a character, you know, kind of like a Skip Bayless, where he does this kind of stuff as a part of it, you know, to bait people, to get the reactions, to get the views. But in case he's not, and in case that man is fully serious, this video will now exist as a result.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
Paul, bro, I know you had beef with LeBron from your playing days, but legends grow out of that hate, and they turn it into mutual respect. Look at what happened with Larry and Magic, and hell, listen to them talk about Michael Jordan. They hold each other in the highest regard, and they have respect for each other's games. But it's okay, because Paul Pierce has never let his personal biases cloud his judgment before, right? He's a first-time offender.
Tell me this, who's the better NBA player?
That's easy. I can say that off the bat. That's me.
Is Clay a better wing shooter than you were in
Yes.
your prime?
But you're asking Paul.
What, is he a better?
Wing shooter. It's okay. You can say yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Oh. Right. You know what? I'm gonna be fair though. Let's hear the guy out. I want to know what argument he has against keeping LeBron out of the top 5.
Kareem. Look at the names that I said. Kareem, Magic, Jordan, Tim Duncan, Kobe, Bird. These guys are all top 10 players who would either help build up their organization or continue the tradition. And
Paul, the one thing that has ever...
From LeBron. He went and put together a team in Miami.
What the f is he talking about?
Now this whole segment was really painful to watch. It reminded me why I don't watch outlets like ESPN anymore. But there was one gem spoken in that entire segment that I actually did really like.
Hold on. LeBron winning 1 in Cleveland equals Tim Duncan winning 5 in San Antonio.
Thank you.
See, for what Jalen Rose says, it's funny because he's acknowledging how bad of an organization Cleveland was, still is. How bad of a front office there was in place. How bad everything was about that franchise. And yet they're still discrediting LeBron for his move to Miami to have a decent team with a decent sporting cast around him. I'm not gonna say decent, obviously he had a good sporting cast in Miami. But somehow we're still trying to detract from LeBron James for not wanting to stay with that horrible Cleveland team? Come on, man. Like, these front offices, like the Bulls, like the Celtics, like the Lakers, they had people there that knew what they were doing. You look me dead in the eye and you tell me Dan Gilbert is one of those people, I will call you a liar. See, the biggest talking point with LeBron has never been the championships in terms of what gives him this like ultimate value in all-time rankings. It's the longevity, it's the durability, it's the fact that this guy's probably been, what, a top 5 player since year 3 in the NBA till now? How many other players in NBA history can truly say that and can truly say they dominated the game of basketball at the peak level that LeBron James did? To put into perspective how ridiculous his durability, longevity, all that has been, LeBron James is on pace, you know, knock on wood, to probably finish as the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. And that's when most people don't really even consider him a, you know, deadly scorer. Well, I mean, he's a deadly scorer, but you know, he's not like a Michael Jordan, he's not a Kobe Bryant in that department. He's a pass-first player, and to go with that, he's also probably gonna finish in the top 10 of assists by the time his career is over. He's gonna be the only player by a mile too. The next closest would be Kobe Bryant in this regard, and spoiler, he's not that close. He will be the only player to have 30K points, 10K rebounds, and 10K assists for the duration of his career. And he's gonna do that while probably finishing as the all-time scorer. That is insane to think about. He's also probably going to get there pretty high on the assist list too, so let's not forget about that. It speaks volumes to how just great he's been in every facet of basketball for so long, and that really is his strongest case for being an all-time great. As impressive as, the Cleveland championship run might have been, his case is the durability, the longevity, the insane amount of time LeBron James has been at or near the top of the NBA as a player. And I mean, while we're talking about playoffs, listen, 8 straight finals is ridiculously impressive, no matter what the outcome was. Sure, you probably want to get out of there with a better record than 3-6. Nobody's going to deny that. But you can't deny, he didn't show up there against some ridiculously tough teams, like the Golden State Dynasty. Once they got Kevin Durant, he was never going to get past that. Almost nobody, if not nobody in NBA history is getting past that. The only real stain on his legacy, I would say, is 2011. It's the Dallas Mavericks series. Nobody hides that. Nobody ignores it. Everybody knows that was a really bad point in LeBron's career, and that's a genuine, just weak point that you can identify when detracting away from him, and you would be fair in doing so. And hell, I'm sure LeBron would tell you you would be fair in doing so. However, that's not enough to just bump him down that far in the rankings. Hell, most people, I would say, safely have him in the top 5 of their list. A lot of people also have him in the top 3. And a good bunch of people also have him in the top 2. I mean, obviously there's also people out there that are talking about him as the GOAT. And while I don't know if you make that argument now, he still has time in this league to capture maybe one more championship. Hell, maybe this season if hopefully it resumes. Maybe next season. He's got a good little window here with AD at the end of his career that he might be able to add on a little bit of championship hardware as well. And at that point, you're not talking about if he's top 5, you're talking about if he's number 1. Let's be real. But for the Paul Pierces of the world, Lord knows they might see the story a little bit differently.
To Paul Pierce, the true GOAT.